back to another episode of Tempelorus Talks, and this is number 60, where we are going to talk about Into the Grave Festival 2026. A lot of you have found your way to our preview from last week. And so now we've been to the festival, and I mean, I knew in last festival I was a little bit unsure whether I was going to make it, but with a little bit of driving, a ridiculous amount of kilometers, I made it happen. So I was there.
And who was very happy about that?
Yes, although we didn't see that much.
No, but I was happy you were there.
Yeah, maybe.
It was a big surprise because you didn't tell me. And I was like, how? What? You're here?
Yeah, there was so much going on with everything and school and everything that I barely been in contact with anyone. And that's still going on because, one more week to go. But that's okay. Yeah. One thing to say at first, perhaps, that is, you were working for the festival, so you probably didn't see everything fully, so that's for the listener to know.
Nope.
I missed a couple of bands on the Saturday morning, but since I did a lot of cheerleading for novelization, I hope that Elvira has been able to go see them.
I have photos of them.
See, that's something. All right. Then I could say that I have all my windows open in the studio because we're having ridiculously hot weather this weekend, and I cannot bear to put my windows closed. So if you hear some background noises, you know where it's coming from. And it feels totally unfair because when we were Into the Grave, we were laboring up, having a jacket on and hoping for not too much rain.
Yeah,
so,
but I think if we had this kind of weather, we would not survive either.
Me? No, definitely not. But that's why I was trying to say...
I would have died.
It could have been a bit average from this week and last week. That would have been perfect.
Yes.
But
that would have been the best.
It is what it is. Being said, I had a hell of a trip to Leeuwarden on the first day. I think my trip in total, I had to make a little detour to return a dog, which I was dog sitting that week. And that was a slight detour, but in total my trip would have been 250 kilometers. That turned out a little bit more, and it took me over 4 hours to reach my destination. Because I've been seeing an accident, I've been in traffic jams, sudden roadblocks, which made me have to do a half an hour detour, basically. Open bridges, which is not that strange in Friesland or Flevoland, which I pass. But yeah, that, and sometimes you have one of those days that everything is going to be against you, and that was definitely one of these. But
yeah, I think we had that on the way back, but not the way over there, which is way better because,
Yeah, well, at least I made it just in time for the opening band on the first day. I didn't see Elvira in the pit, and basically only one of the...
I was there.
Only one of the other photographers was there for the first band. When I arrived, which means...
I was there, I photographed them.
Which means that basically everybody left after one song or so, because I literally came during the second song. Because I asked the security guard which song they were playing, and he's like, yeah, this is the second one when I walked in.
I think I saw the first 3 or 4 songs, so...
But how come that I didn't see you in the photo pit, though?
I don't know. I didn't see you either, but I was there definitely for sure. The photos are on my website, on my Instagram already. I saw them.
Yeah, but you could
I've
join
been
the
there.
pit at any time. In any case, I think there was only one photographer that was still in the pit, and one was on the exit when I walked in at least. Anyway, I got my pictures, so that's good. And let's just talk about the band. That's Fimbulwinter, a Swedish melodic death band.
Swedish.
Yeah. I don't know. They didn't make too much of an impression on me, to be honest. I'm not gonna say that was like a terrible band or something. It was quite nice for a starter, but for me, I didn't see anything that stood out to me very much. Yeah, so their debut EP was from last year, I think. So might need some time to grow a little bit. Even though they seem to have some experienced band members in it. But that doesn't mean that they work like the team that they could be, or so, if that makes sense.
I think they said at some point they said that this was their first big show. I think he said it like that. It was our first big show. Okay. I'm thinking if he said out of Sweden, but I think just the first big show in general.
Possible, yeah.
So maybe that's why they're not really fully...
Yeah.
A team.
That's exactly the thing. You yeah. I mean, I think what they did, they surely show that they have some skills, but for me, there was not something that jumped out too much yet. There was nothing that made it extraordinary or something. So.
No, I had to think the singer. He kind of reminds me of the singer of In Flames. The way he looks.
Oh.
And I had In Flames in my head instantly. I don't think it was a bad band. I think I like the music. It's kind of my typical style, I think. But like you say, they didn't impress me. So
yeah, well, then the smaller stage, which was opened by Inhuman Nature. Yeah, I find their music interesting. It's a bit of like the old school thrash, a little bit of hardcore punk maybe in it, if I could say so. I like their enthusiasm, and of course I've seen this band before. I think you did as well. And yeah, I liked how like they were the opening band and still some sort of circle pit started already, and I was like, well, okay, people are really feeling the festival now. They're all like, let's go for it. Sometimes it takes a bit during the festival before any movement starts to happen, but these guys were getting something going on, so good for them. Did you see them or?
No.
Too bad. They were interesting enough. And then I wonder about the French band Rêve Noir. I liked them, what they did. But I wonder what you think. It's a bit weird. They started with that kind of typical techno sound, like that's half of the bands was doing at this festival at some point, at least at this day.
I don't know. The thing is, I like how you pronounced it, Rêve Noir, instead of just the English. What I think about a band, I quite liked it. I liked their stage show, but on the other hand, it felt like most of the band was just playing 30% of the actual song. Like there was a backing track playing the actual song, and they were just standing there with a guitar to do a little bit of bling bling bling. While the guitar actually continued but he wasn't doing anything, and he looked kind of bored. Looked around into the, I don't know if he was stoned or something, like pling, pling, pling. So I was, yeah, I don't know. That was kind of weird. And they were all slightly dressed slick in black. And somebody in the front row made a comment like, it looks like the Matrix. And then I had that vision. In my head, and then the singer, he started to like wave with his black leathery raincoat, and I was like, yeah, okay, now I cannot get this out of my head anymore.
I really have some nice pictures of that swaying jacket.
Yeah, me too.
Of course.
Yes.
Oh well.
That was fun to photograph, yeah. But as a band, I think it was more
targeted for a young audience, I think. And this day was not specifically targeted at a younger audience, I think.
No. But I think maybe with the next band on the main stage, Self-Deception, I think it was a okay-ish block.
Yeah.
But,
Oh well, but...
so yeah.
Yeah, Predatory Void came in between. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen them, but...
Yes.
Well, okay, it's not completely fair for me because I walked in already before when they were doing the sound check, and yeah, the vocals were terrible back there. Like, yeah, I don't know. I remember I was with another photographer and we looked at each other like, ooh, that's really, really bad. Yeah. But then again, I cannot really judge a band on the sound check, I think, because I don't know if they had like the opportunity to hear themselves, if there was something not yet correct with the sound. So yeah, but it's I must admit that it kind of sets the tone a little bit for how you go into a show.
Yeah,
I did think that when they were playing all together and the show was going on, that was a bit better. So that's good. I was a bit more convinced, but like as a whole, I wasn't too enthusiastic about it.
Me neither. I expected a little bit more from this band. I don't know. I've seen some online video from the performance. Now I have to say that was all in very dark places. But this, I don't know, it didn't... I don't know, I kind of expected to like it, and it was not the same... I didn't get what I thought I was getting. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yes.
It was just okay.
Yeah. Sometimes that happens, I guess. Yeah, then Self-Deception. I mean, I did this interview with them, so I've listened to their album. I've heard them speak about the songs and everything. So I know the backstories of most. I had a great time talking to these people, actually. They were really nice. We had a bit of after chat as well. Yeah. I wonder what you thought of them, because they were definitely one of those bands that was also there for the younger audience, I would say.
Yeah, I think we commented on that there was no theater this festival, but I think this band could have maybe been placed in that category, as they were dressed up in green and pink and a little bit funny clothes, and there was a lot of pink, which is not per se a bad thing, but I think it was a younger audience. I think I'm getting too old for these kind of things, and it's just not my thing.
Yeah. Well,
music-wise,
I do want to say
it was not too bad. It was very... It was...
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I was waiting for you to talk. What I wanted to say is, I think the songs were very catchy and very easy, easy enjoyable. Is that a thing? Well, it is now.
Easy listening,
you know,
easily listening.
Yeah. So, yeah, for a festival and during the day, why not? It's not my thing, but
Yeah, I mean, I knew what they were going to do live a little bit because we obviously spoke about that. It surprised me that they opened with the song that they kind of talk about in the interview. You can watch it on YouTube. I'm not gonna copy it in here. You just have to look at the interview, I guess. Yeah, it's about the pit, being in a mosh pit, and I would have expected that to be a little bit later in the set, but they surprised me with opening for it. And I think that if you look at this very first day, there were a couple of bands that were really hyping things up, but also later on during the festival. And some bands are really good in, hyping people up, getting things going. And they were definitely into that because I definitely saw people getting enthusiastic for it. Maybe not everyone, but definitely they had some people going on. I think they were not the masters of it yet. There was one band, and I'll tell you what it is when we get there, that was really the master of engaging their audience. And it was, they could have been wishing that they were that kind of bands, but they were not the number one. You're laughing. I think you know
Curious.
maybe which band I mean, but
I don't know if it was it on this day.
oh, now I have to dig into my memories. I think was it on the last day, maybe.
Oh. Oh, that one band.
No.
Yeah. I think I know which one you mean right now, and that was, I think it was the second day.
Possible. We'll
Perhaps.
get to it. My brain is
You mean that band?
my brain is full of finance at the moment because that's my upcoming exam. So I really have to look at the schedule and go through my
Well,
review.
I have the schedule right in front of me, so...
Yeah, and go through my review, what I remember. So then I remember things when I see the pictures. So
Yeah.
in any case,
So let's go to picture.
yeah, we have to start with picture now then. I already explained a little bit about picture in the previous episode, how I saw them like in 2008 or something at the very first Baruch Open Air edition. And how I enjoyed seeing them there, had a nice time with them. It was fun seeing them today as well. They're an old band, let's be honest. They even proudly explained that this was their 46th year of playing together as a band. Well, kudos for that. I mean, that's older than we are.
Wow.
So, yeah. Also, they had a significant amount of audience for them. They were definitely a band that brought in people. That's not always the case when you have these older heavy metal bands. They sometimes dig into their own glory and romanticize their days a bit more than the reality. But hey, for picture, no, there were still a lot of people showing up. They did a relatively energetic show, I would say. I enjoyed the show, actually. It's maybe not my number one of the day, but yeah, I definitely liked what I saw. Did you see them?
No, I had to edit the first 3 bands on the main stage.
Yeah.
From the main stage, so...
I figured. Yeah, that's sad, but in any case, I enjoyed. Well, the next band was kind of digging into the same sort of audience, and I was joking about it because these guys of Picture have a quite old audience. And Vandenberg on the main stage was kind of having the same kind of audience when it comes straight after. So I was telling the people from the photo pit, like, oh my gosh, now all these old people have to run from the small stage towards the main stage to not miss this show. Is that gonna be okay? Is that justifiable? Yeah, but hey, Vandenberg. I mean, we saw them with Moon Kings before on Into the Grave. I think also on City Rock, if I remember correctly. Might even been City Rock, and I'm not sure if it was Into the Grave even. Maybe both. Yeah, I like it because, I mean, I have a little thing for these old 80s songs of Whitesnake, and Vandenberg is own hits, of course. Yeah. But at the same time, it felt very much like they were so leaning onto this couple of big hits during their sets. And yeah, of course, Adrian explained also that he was performing this time with his Whitesnake Years tour, which he did like 7 years or something, if I remember correctly, in the Whitesnake. And yeah, of course, some of the hits came from his hands, so he has the rights to perform all that and do that. The audience really liked it. I mean, after my 3 songs in the photo pit, I walked around, sat down here, walked to the other side, stood over there, and everywhere when one of these hits were coming, people were singing along. So it's really like nice to see that people have a little bit of nostalgia here, and that was nice. I enjoyed it. I remember I was waiting before the show, and I was sitting. Oh, I was wondering if Adrian is going to talk about his suikerbrood once again, and of course he delivered. He did, because he did also the last times that I saw him. So it seemed to be a thing for him. That's my my own little memory, I guess. You did go into the pits as well for Vandenberg. Did I remember that? No. I thought maybe one song or so.
I wasn't there. I seen like 1 or 2 songs from the back, but didn't really catch the whole vibe and the whole show. So it's hard to say anything about it. I had to still edit, and then I catched, because the next song on the Reaper stage, they started a little early before they ended, I think, or not, no, but well, I just saw 2 songs from the back, and sometimes if you're not, I didn't know those 2 songs, because maybe if they played one of the songs I knew, it would have, you know, I would have instantly liked it, but it was a little bit off for me, but not because of the band, but because of me.
Yeah, that's okay. I like my nostalgia moment with them. So, but then I know you were at the race by Ols. I saw you running in.
Yes,
I had fun, but you can go talk about them first. So.
I had fun. This band was, I don't know, it was high on energy. It was one of those bands that, I don't know, they joked about themselves, they joked about the audience, they put political views in it, but in a good way, and I don't know, it was, I had a lot of fun watching this band. Musical-wise, just good, straightforward, I think. I'm not the best in saying if it was spectacular or not, but I think the whole stage act just made up for it, and I think the audience too. They seem to very much follow whatever the frontman said.
Yeah. Well, they kind of organized some sort of competition for the fans, and people could win prizes. So, like a t-shirt or this or that or whatever, I think. It was fun to see people participate. I think it was best dance moves, best mosh pit or whatever, something like that. They did that. I think that was cool. Yeah, a lot of people liked them. It was crowded for them. Whoa, for that band. Like, yeah, and then I was thinking that was really cool, but this would not be a band that would work out very well on the main stage. So, even though this stage felt too small for the amount of people that wanted to see them, still on the main stage, this kind of performance would be, falling apart, I think. So
I agree.
So they were at the right place at the right moments when everybody was cheerful and had still lots of energy going on. So
yes,
definitely fun to watch. Oh well, then we go to Lacuna Coil.
I had to laugh because somewhere in the morning, before I went to the festival, it was raining, and then when we got there, it was starting to clear up, and it was dry, and then somewhere like 1, 2, or 3 bands later, I said, you know what? It's gonna stay dry all day, but then with Lacuna Coil, it's gonna rain.
Uh-oh. That...
And then like I was sitting inside editing, and I looked outside like 1 or 2 minutes before, and it started to rain.
Yeah.
Like, not just like a tiny little bit, but a good rain. Good shower. So... I don't know, I had to laugh, and then Lacuna Coil started in the rain. So sorry, people, for for me saying this. But yeah, Lacuna Coil, I don't know. I've seen them a couple of times, seen them so many years ago.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, remember that one time we saw them with God Minister and Poison Black?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good old...
Well, I think I stage managed... No, I think I did the lights for them, or I stage managed them.
Ah, yeah, possible.
In Below one time. It was lights, I think. They had their own light tech with them, though. I think it was Wolfie. It was a great day. But... so seeing them, I think it's one of those bands in the genre that I actually kind of sort of like. Maybe because there is a female and a male that works a little bit better. I like the kind of little bit of a gothic twist there. I don't think they disappointed me, but they also didn't stood out, I think. Is it hard these days to stood out to me? Maybe not, but because it's the third time I say this. I hear myself say this, but...
We're spoiled people. Let's see a lot of bands
maybe
live.
Sometimes with these bands, when you see them so many times, it's hard to kind of impress, maybe.
Yeah, I can understand.
But I think it's nice. They're still... I think it's still nice. They're still around. I think it took a long time, and maybe still they didn't get the recognition they maybe deserve, because there have been so many bands after them that got so many more recognition. Mm-hmm. But it's nice to see they're slowly still gaining audience and few people to follow them. So it was really nice for me to see them. I enjoyed myself. I sang along with a couple of songs. So I had a good time there.
Yeah, good. I kind of enjoyed it. For me, it was just one of those bands indeed that I've seen too many times already, even on this festival. But yeah, they're not... surprised me in that sense, because I know what to expect, and that's exactly what they kind of brought. And they did a good show. Let's just say that. The only thing that really disappointed me is the comments from the audience, because a lot of these people seem to have more to say about the number of weight of the vocalist. Rather than about their music, which I thought was like, okay, not everybody stays skinny through their whole life, shut the fuck up, she comes to sing. Why are you guys so mean? Yeah, very nasty, actually. And I hear that way too much. So that was a bit disappointing from the audience point. I would have thought
Yeah.
better of the metal audience, to be honest. We're about the music
Indeed.
and not superficial about looks only. So remember that, people. Yeah. In any case, it was entertaining and I enjoyed it for what it was. So,
Same.
yeah, one band that I really didn't like so much was Conan, because it's really not my kind of music. Yeah, I've seen them before, of course, but meh. Meh. Meh.
I think I would have liked them if they played in a dark place. Perhaps Into the Void would have been a way better place for them. There was what I noticed this. I have to say this because I think this festival, not only on this day, but I think on other days as well. I'm not sure what kind of bands they made that happen, but there was so much weed in the air.
Yup.
God, I was almost stoned when I arrived at the Reaper stage. Well, not totally, but you know. So that was kind of the first thing I noticed when walking up to Conan. I think it's a band. I don't know. It was a little. How do you say that? The weird one out there in the lineup this day. I don't.
The odd one.
The odd one, yeah.
Yeah.
I think music-wise, it was actually kind of good, but
Yeah, I didn't mean that they were bad at all, but
it wasn't.
it's so not my taste.
No, but it wasn't the environment. It wasn't the environment for them.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes that's very important too.
Yeah. I must say, I mean, it wasn't a bad show, but this is the podcast where I can also say my preferences rather than an
Exactly.
opinion about how good something was, which I rather write in my reviews. And yeah,
Yeah.
this is not my kind of band. I just couldn't grab hold of it, so too bad. Yeah, the last band of the night, and we spoke already about them and the gossip last week. Now we got to see them. For me, that meant I had to see them only the first 3 songs, and actually I also watched the 4th song from the audience, and then I had to rush because of my school that I had to go to, so I had to drive like 1 hour to get to my hotel. And be able to get up in the morning for another hour of drive. So I only saw the first 4 songs, basically. Yeah, but I don't know. Anthrax is Anthrax. So they never really disappoint that much. You know what to expect, and they play good, usually. What I liked about them is they seem to have a little bit more energy than usual. I mean, I remember talking with another photographer also that we were like, oh, they seem to be having so much more energy or something. I don't know. Also, the lights were very nice, so that's also a good thing for a photographer. And yeah, so I enjoyed that. Like I said, unfortunately, I couldn't stick around long enough because of my school things to do the next day. But I found myself a trooper that I even stayed this long, so I'm okay with it. Yeah, Anthrax for you?
I also didn't see the full set because I thought I've seen them like Lacuna Coil. I've seen them already a dozen of times. And it's the same with Lacuna Coil. They sort of deliver, you know, what to expect. And I'm actually not the biggest fan of Anthrax. But they were very entertaining. Like you say, they had a lot of energy going on the stage. The light show was great. Chris was doing the lights. So that's fun to know. I think the vocalist and the bass player, they kind of they take their own moments into the show to sort of stand out.
Mm-hmm.
They make it a little show of how they walk around and how they present themselves. Take their little moments. The person who was playing card games, I just noted I forgot to watch it. So I really don't know if he went back to the side of the stage to play a little bit of poker or something. But on the other hand, I was thinking, because of those moments that the singer and the bass player sort of take their moment.
Yeah.
You kind of misses what happens in the other corner of the stage. So maybe at those times he is walking, but I didn't see it really.
Yeah, I didn't have time to pay too much attention to it either, to be honest.
No.
So I think I didn't see anyone online talk about this, that they noticed anything. So perhaps today there was no tournament, maybe. Possible.
Yeah, but it was a fun show. I think it was a really nice headliner for this first day.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
What was the favorite
band
day
one
of the day?
My favorite band. I think I have to say, music-wise, it might have been actually Fimble Winter, because it's more like my type of music.
Yeah.
Raised by Owls was definitely the one who entertained the audience the most. The Konakoil was for me just a moment of fun and sing-along and feeling of getting old.
Mm-hmm.
And Anthrax was just fun to watch, so that's kind of it. I don't think there was one that stood out of the absolute best. Or for you?
Yeah, for me, I'm doubting. Like, I think I would go back to Inhuman Nature, that I enjoyed a lot, and Vandenberg.
Nice.
Those two are kind of battling,
Yeah.
and for different reasons. Sure, Vandenberg for nostalgia mainly, but Inhuman Nature, that was, I think, because of their energy that morning, in the morning, and I don't know. I like them. I've seen them before, and for me, this time they kind of outdid themselves a little bit. So
Cool.
Shows a growing thing, I guess. Yeah, so therefore I would pick those two. Alright, then the Saturday, and like I said, I missed the first couple bands because, I was at school. I got up early in the morning, drove 1 hour to school, spent 3 hours in class, told all my classmates, like, you know what, I have to go because I need to go to this festival in Leeuwarden, which is 2-hour drive again, and I rushed off. Managed to get out a little bit earlier than planned, 5 minutes earlier, so I was like, yes! And then I come to Amsterdam, and I noticed that my navigation was saying, oh, and you'll get delayed, and I was like... And then suddenly I was sent through the north of the Netherlands to above Amsterdam and go over Afsluitdijk. So I think literally I almost crossed every province from that area that I could go, because on my first day I went to the middle, and the second day I went to the west side, and when I drove home I drove on the east side. So,
but one thing fun. On the Afsluitdijk, you can drive 130, so that's kind of...
yeah.
And you have the feeling you're getting somewhere.
Yep, true. That's
Although you
true.
should not watch your navigation system because it's still gonna be long. But, you know.
I was like, okay, I can speed it up. Although there was a lot of wind, so it was kind of like scary to drive fast. But, oh well. The first band that was going to play was Novelization, and I mean, I've been hyping them up to everybody in this podcast, so of course Elvira needed to go see them. And I really wonder what she thought of it.
I'm really sorry. I have no clue. You said like the band. I thought it was the Thimble Winter you were talking about, but it was Novelization, and I had to find the photos. I sorted them out, and I was like, what kind of band was this? And I had to watch the backdrop to see the name.
They didn't.
So there's no. I'm really, really sorry. They didn't make any impression, but maybe it was. I was still somewhere in between coffee and an energy drink, waking up.
Possible.
I don't know. Well, I've seen them, but
Oh well.
You know, the thing is, sometimes you have a band that doesn't make an impression, but it doesn't mean they're bad. Because if they were bad, I would have remembered them, and I would have thought, oh god, they were all god awful. Which it was not the case. So, yeah, that was sorry.
Oh well, it is what it
maybe
is.
Maybe if I listen to music, maybe if I listen to music again and watch my photos,
you will see them.
It will come back to me. But right now,
I think they play pretty much any other festival in the Netherlands, so you will get to see them somewhere during the year. Maybe at Dynamo. I don't know if they're also there, but we'll see. It is what it is.
Baruch, maybe?
Oh yeah, definitely. They're there. So, there were 2 bands after that before I came in, I think, so... did you see?
Yeah, there was Wings of Steel. Wings of Steel, there was on the main stage. There was kind of a... power metal-y band. I am the worst person to say something about this kind of band. It's not my thing. You know, these vocalists, they are usually very skilled in what they do. The audience seemed to like it, but it's not my thing. I didn't get carried away. So that's that. And Stage Power was also just nice. I remember them a little bit better than Novelization. But I think...
you make it sound like you had
I'm really
heavy after party after day 1.
No. No. I watched Wings of Steel. That was fun. And I watched State Power, but... You know, I worked today. And I think it was like 40 degrees in the office. Because there's no... I cannot open a window. And it's one glass, no double glass. It's a ship, so if the sun shines, it's like sauna in there. So I think my brain is a little bit fried at the moment, and then...
You are forgiven.
Thank you. But I still have to say some things about a couple of bands that were playing. But this band, State Power, I know I enjoyed them, but I cannot remember fully why, when, or how, and... but there's more bands that I do remember, so...
At some point it will return to you.
And then 1914 came. Were you there?
Yes, I literally arrived in town, and I noticed that the parking garage underneath the festival was completely full. And I looked on the side when I drove on the roundabout, and I was like, there's even a queue. Let's turn around and park near that one specific hotel area where you can park for free and walk. So I did that, which was a bit like yeah, you're rushing, and I still had to change my clothes in the car because obviously you not go to a metal festival in your 9 clothes. That would be silly. But um, yeah, so I did that. Arrived in time, I think, right at the first song even, and I was like, yes, I made it, I made it. Yeah, I was supposed to speak to these people also. That didn't happen.
Aww.
I don't mind. Yeah, that's a story on its own. But like, I don't know. There's show was kind of static. It had some decoration in the back, I guess. It has a theme, of course, 1914, First World War. Of course, this band is from Ukraine, so they had to that into their sound also. And they also spoke about the war, and they even thanked the Netherlands for sending goods and weapons, basically.
Yeah. But it was a little bit too long, I feel, the whole speech he made at that point.
I don't know. I felt a bit odd. So maybe I say a little bit about what happened after when I was supposed to meet these people. So I had like a phone number of one of them. So I was like, oh, hey, I'm here when we can meet such and such and whatever. Send a picture of like, hey, this is me. If you need to go find me, I'm right there, blah, blah, blah. Because you need to get picked up. So whatever. I did that. So after that, I get a like really weird voice message that I couldn't really make sense of. And after that, it was like almost impossible to get in touch or something. So I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna waste my energy on this any further. I have more to do. There was another band that I needed to speak to. So yeah, but that voice message was like super strange. And no, I'm not going to add that to the podcast. So sorry, people.
It's just for your own speculation.
Yeah.
But yeah, the band, I don't know. I was inside when they started to play, and I knew they were like, of course, war themed. I know some people that I follow online. They kind of like their shows in dark places. I think they're kind of growing an audience together with the band Cannon Fever. You know, there's also the war theme going on. But then already somebody said to me, yeah, but they're standing still on stage, you know, and there might be a change halfway during the set. They might change the clothes and it will be a little bit more interesting. Because in the beginning they might be dressed all in white in the sun. So I thought, okay, let's wait to that moment. So I came in late in the photo pit, but got that part where there was the whole long, very long speech. Then there was a moment where I thought, bass player. He kind of reminded me of the bass player, and I always forget this name, from Godflesh.
Apocalypse? Flash God Apocalypse, yeah.
Yeah, Flash God Apocalypse. The bass player which is the singer in the band. He so reminded me and a friend in the photo pit of that, because he also plays bass. So we looked online. It was not the original member, but no clue if he was like filling in or something. Couldn't find it, but that was kind of us wondering, like, But the rest of the show, the band, I don't know. I came in late. I'm not really a fan of all these war movies, war bands, war-themed kind of things. Maybe in the dark they're better. I have really no clue.
Yeah, I don't know. There was some gossip also going around from people who have run into these people behind the scenes on this festival even. That even without them knowing anything about this interview and my strange voice message. I didn't speak to anyone about that. There were some people saying that they had some strange encounter behind the scenes, and that they were like, well, I don't know about this guy, man. So, yeah.
Strange band.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't go for a second option if I talk to the promoter and he offers. I'm like, maybe I'll skip this one.
Yeah.
Good. Let's go on to something more positive then. And that's the German thrash band Warfield, which I've also spoken to, because that was the other band I was going to talk to. Yeah, they are.
I thought they were Belgium.
Nope, they were from Warfield is from Germany. Yeah,
They're
wow,
really cool.
They had so much energy. I like that. Wow, very nice.
Me too.
And they absolutely had.
So that's why I don't remember State Power, because Warfield kind of flipped.
Yeah.
They played them off the table. I mean,
Yep.
Warfield was fun. There was energy. The audience was going. It was nice. It reminded. I don't know. It's kind of sort of thrash metal, right? So it reminded me a little bit of the Finnish names today.
Lost Society.
Well, yes, but then in the very beginning when we saw them, they had the same kind of eager, the same kind of power, the same kind of.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I was thinking of Alien Weaponry, maybe.
Also, yes. Well, if you mix Lost Society with Alien Weaponry, I think you have Warfield. Excellent. Yes, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed them so much. So I would definitely say to people, if you come across them at any festival, go watch them, because I hope they make it a little bit bigger.
Yeah. Well,
further.
Of course, I asked the guys also how they enjoyed themselves at this festival, and so I said that I would add their response to this episode specifically. So here you go, you can listen to it. So how did the show go tonight, and how did you feel about the crowd's response?
Yeah, the show went great. I think we're very happy to play for this. A lot of people. We weren't sure how many people would come and check us out, because we're not that well-known band yet. But still, there were very, very many people there, and the crowd was very energetic, and was from mosh pits and circle pits, and we really liked it.
Yeah, usually in this festival everyone goes crazy right from the early in the morning, so that's nice. That felt for you as well. You've been playing them songs already quite a bit since they came out. Have they evolved when you start playing them live, or?
I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, it's a different situation, because when we record them, we have 2 guitars, or maybe even 3 guitars, and in our live situation right now we have only 1 guitar, which is me, and so it's a little bit more raw. It's a little bit different. But you could say they evolved, I would say. I mean, in a live situation, you have to adapt a little bit, doing different hits and highlights. Yeah, so I would say they evolved.
And then you notice, like, when you play these live, these songs, you notice when certain parts the crowd like. And so, for example, at one song, Fragmentation, we do like a short break right now and let the instruments, like hang on. And then I do an evil laugh, and the people really take this, appreciate it, because then it's going to the headbanging part. So that's something we don't do on the studio version, but on the live version it evolved during playing it live.
Yeah, makes sense. And you have a lot of crowd response today. How does that work for your energy? How does it hype you up, or?
Yeah, I mean, it does everything, because when we play the music together, this is like when our energy happens, and like gets released, and then when the crowd feels it, and they have the energy as well, and they like shoot it back to you, and then I think this is what happened today, because like we were happy and the crowd was happy, and this is the fun thing about the thrash metal genre. You can release the aggression and turn it into something positive, so that's very, very cool.
Yeah, I think so. Do you feel extra pressure because it's the three of you on the stage, and like some bands here are with, I don't know, 6 people, 7?
Yeah, I would say yes, because we're only 3-piece, and maybe when you do a mistake or something, it's just heard directly from the crowd, or you say to yourself, "Oh fuck!" So maybe everybody heard it right now, and maybe when you are 6 persons or have 2 or 3 guitars, maybe the other ones fill it up, but. We just find out that it goes really, really well with the 3-piece. We always get good feedback of our shows, and the most important thing for us is that we don't get feedback that something is missing. Yeah, so the people always say, okay, you are just 3, 1 guitar, 1 bass, singer, drums, but it feels like the energy is like there are maybe 4 or 5 people on stage, and that's the great thing about this.
Mm-hmm. All right. I think that if you look at the album, then you also have a very raw and energetic atmosphere. What mindset were you guys in when you started writing it?
Yeah, actually, I would say that is getting more and more difficult, because, I mean, if you're only 18 or 19, you have a lot of anger about the world, about your personal situation. You get thrown into life and you have to deal with it. So it was like back then, I think it was like more easier to write those songs, and I mean nowadays it's like more difficult to get in that mood. But it's still in us. It's still there's still a lot of things you can complain about and should complain about, and it just speaks out of us from the inside, I would say.
All right. If you record your music, do you start with riffs, or do you start like with a concept, a melody, whatever?
Usually riffs. Sometimes I have melodies in my head, and I try to adjust them to the riffs. But we also like to introduce like phases where we all get together in the rehearsal room and just jamming around. I think you have to really mix these kinds of situations so that in the end you have different approaches and different outcomes, therefore, so yeah.
All right. About the theme of the album, could you explain me a little bit what was in your mind? Where did the album start from?
Yeah, I think it's like a little, how would you say, like we put everything we hate in one spot and try to put it into words. So it's not only hate, but it's like, because we write on this album, we wanted to write about the inner view of like individuals, not only on war, because we write about historic war themes and war scenarios like Vietnam War or First World War, and but not only the historical part, but also like the wars that we call it happened today in our society, when you feel maybe you get left out of society and you get you're not that important to society because you are who you are. So that's like this is not right for us, and so we try to tell stories from individual mindsets, and we try to focus on how the inner feeling of a person can look like, and the anger which is felt in these persons. And I think this was like our approach, because we find it very fascinating and get released a lot of energy out of looking into the mind of people.
All right. I heard you get a lot of comparison with the older thrash bands. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that's a good question, because that's true, and we're, to be honest, totally happy with this, because like these are our idols, and like if we're getting compared to the German bands, mostly Creator, Sodom Destruction, Tankard, and so forth. So Exhumer, we can count them all. Yeah, I mean, of course, we want to do our own thing. That's very important to us. We don't want to be a copycat of these bands. And I think we have our own sound, and we're proud about it. But of course, every time that someone says, "Hey, you remind me of like Destruction or Creator," it's a huge compliment, because without these guys, it wouldn't be like our band wouldn't exist. And we all idolize these like older bands, because they started it all and they're legends. So nothing better than being compared to them.
Well, and you're at the right festival, because we've seen a lot of them here through the years. Wow, so much energy. These guys had so much fun here. Oh my gosh. Now, we enjoyed them as well. So I can also say that there was also one other band today that kind of showed some appreciation for these Germans. We'll come to that later.
Okay.
And up next, the Browning. Yeah. What am I supposed to say about these guys?
Sorry. Maybe that says it all. I didn't watch them because I was full on editing the first three bands from the Reaper stage. I had a deadline to catch, so I decided not to even try it. I looked it up online. I thought it was more... I didn't see the people playing it, but I saw the type of music was more like electronic.
Yep.
What it said about it, that it was more like electronic metal-ish something.
Felt
and I was like,
to me
nah.
Like, what the hell is this doing at this festival? It's like, they're like, oh, techno, this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my gosh, guys, you're at a metal festival. Then they do add some heaviness into it. And I'm thinking, are you guys just like picking popular things and from like TikTok or something and put that together into some sort of hope that you will find a young audience that's hyped up by this? I hated this act
techno
so much.
If you just say, if we're gonna fuse techno and metal, I think it would actually work, because there's a lot, we know plenty
of bands who do
that
it.
Seem to have
a
love for Too Unlimited, but they're,
I mean, you know that I like electronic into my metal. Yes. And I'm like, this was just weird. It's like...
Okay.
It was like, I don't know how to say it. It's just like they found some things that they think is popular on TikTok or something and put it all together and play it in a row and you have a song or something. Like, what the hell was going on here? Like, no. I'm out. Like, no.
Strange.
Let's just move on, because I don't want to speak hate too much, and unfortunately I have not much more fun to say about these people. Sorry. Opia. They were playing on the smaller stage. Post-metal doom sludge-ish. Kinda. Quite a young band still. I guess it's a band that you really need to stand still and listen to carefully to grasp the most of it. And the placement of their set in the schedule may have not been ideal for that, between all those energetic kind of bands. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was a nice band to watch if you take the time for it. But in the festival, it was a bit difficult. This is kind of band that you want to see in a dark stage where you have the time, where you just really immerse yourself into their sounds. And that was just, for me, not really happening into the Grave audience. I did like what they were doing. They were definitely onto something. But I just want to see them in an indoor venue, I think. Because I think then that works better. For me, at least. Did you see them, actually, or...?
No. But they sound like I should enjoy them, but I think I can already agree with you about the atmosphere at the festival and the kind of music they, from what you say, are making, that it's not the best for them. Yeah.
Oh well. Crimson Glory. Yeah. American heavy metal from long time ago, I guess. Yeah, a lot of people seem to be super hyped for them. Personally, for me, it was like, okay, yeah, nice to see, but was it worth the hype? I don't know. Funny moment. I was standing in the in the photo pit, like waiting for them to get onto the stage, and there comes the keyboard player with his pink sleep token hoodie. Walks to the keyboard and being like waving at the audience and being like, yeah, we're starting, and everybody was just standing still and being quiet and ignore the guy. Like, nobody was cheering for him, and I was like, whoa, nobody? I think a lot of people sort of thought he was just a roadie or something, because he doesn't really look like he belongs with the band. He looks different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I have no idea how long he is in this band or something, but for me, I don't know. It felt like everybody seemed to think, like, who's that guy? And then he turns out to be part of the band, so yeah. I don't know. I must say I listened to this band too much before. I had definitely heard a couple of their albums somewhen, but it's not a band that I play, like, see a lot or listen to a lot. Altogether, nice show. Not standing out too much, but it was nice. I think they really had their own audience there, and yeah, it seemed to work out well. So yeah, good.
Yeah, I didn't see them, so I cannot say anything. Sorry.
Did you see the narrator?
Yes.
Then you can speak about the narrator.
Really, this weather is my brain is really freaking fried. I remember that the narrator had green light. Does that count?
Green? Huh?
Yeah, they had green lights.
Oh. Okay, I didn't see that.
At some point.
Not,
at least in one song.
No, not in my pictures.
Well, they had in my pictures. Yeah.
A lot of energy.
I do remember there was like a
lot of energy.
A lot of energy. More like a. I think it was a good band together with the following bands on the Reaper stage, like Dood's Escader and Insanity Alert.
Yeah.
I think this was a nice band to get that sort of block of same type of music going. It was more like I have to say, is it more, not metalcore, more
They're kind of...
I always have the feeling it's more rap infused. You know, with the singers are more like wearing rap outfits and caps. They're not rappers, but in my head,
definitely a bit experimental, I guess.
Yeah, and I think I kind of enjoyed them.
Yeah.
There was a lot of energy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. I definitely enjoyed their energy a lot. I mean, I sometimes can just really catch on to a band if they're like super active and really live their music out loud. And they were all over the stage, forward, double, jumping around, kicking around. Yeah. For me, it kind of worked. I like them. And then I guess
Same.
we come to our Finnish friends of Insomnium.
Yes.
Gosh, how I
have
lost
to laugh here again.
count how many times we've seen this band together and also separate from each other. Yeah.
Yes.
Even when I'm not like a super big fan.
I think I even stage managed them twice. So
Yeah.
weird. Yeah, seen them so many times. But it was kind of fun because the day before with the Lacuna Coil, somewhere in the morning, it was grey as grey can be. I said, today, what's going to happen? I said, Insomnium, sort of melancholic metal. I think they will have be the brightest of the day.
Yep.
And what happened? Oh, I don't know. It was like Insomnium started to play and all the clouds were sort of disappearing from Leeuwarden.
There was a sun coming out even.
It was really like, oh my god, I should have kept my mouth shut. It was so odd. But yeah, Insomnium, I very much like them. I don't say I'm a fan, but very close to, perhaps. I like their songs. I wear their merch proudly, I would say. So it was a little bit weird out in the sun. I do think they're better in a dark venue.
True.
But they still delivered. The audience seemed to like it.
Yeah.
But it's also because there's a lot of songs that we know for so long that are
I think also
just great to hear live.
I was just standing there and realizing how much this band has grown through the years. I mean, remember back in the day when there were typically Finnish intimate, timid kind of people. And here they are on the main stage, like really looking into everybody's eyes and being like, hey, come on closer, we're playing, we're having fun, hey, you there, let's go some headbanging, let's do it. I was like, yeah, man, this band's so, I mean, they've been all over the world now, they've seen every audience that they can see. It was nice to have them here. I really enjoyed their set a lot. So.
Me too.
No, very nice. Oh, the next band, Doodse Kader. Oh. Like, it seemed like everybody from the photo pit and the security kind of disliked this band.
No, I like this band.
Me too. I loved it. I was saying even to this guy who's like always there in the photo pit, like he's like, oh, I hate it. I don't like this. What the hell? How could I have booked this? Why? And I was like, well, I liked it. This is kind of my thing. I enjoy this kind of electronic madness.
But the thing is, you have just only two people on that stage.
Yeah.
One is like going crazy behind this drum kit. And I was thinking, oh, this is so perfect for Sabine.
Yeah, I knew it. I was looking at this band. I think Elvira must immediately recognize that this is a Sabine band. But
the drum guy was going really freaking mad, and then the singer was like, I don't know if he was onto something, doesn't matter, but he was having a great time on the stage, and I was like walking from what, like an angry little man, but also hyped up, and he was like, yeah, and toof, and there, I don't know, there was so much energy and fun. And actually, they played last Wednesday in Be Below, but I was like sort of doubting to go, but I didn't. But I had fun watching them. It's completely different than the other things. I think the narrator was a good warm up to this one. I think it's one of those bands that you don't put in a hockey, you know? It's
Yeah.
you can't really put a stamp on them. They do their own thing because they like it.
Yeah. It's definitely an outlier, a bit of a band. You either like them or hate them, I think. There's not really much in between.
Yeah.
And, well, I like them.
I don't-
You like them. Definitely us for the win here today. Queensryche. Okay, I've seen them on this festival before. I think also in, was it City Rock maybe? I don't know. Many times in several festivals. I always have fun seeing them. It's kind of interesting, this sort of like 80s progressive heavy metal kind of stuff that I usually don't listen to every day, but it's like one of those specific moments that you pick up and then you just go through this kind of sound, you know? And I always have fun when they are around, seeing them on the stage. They always have cheerful performances with energy, and yeah, I always like, you know, for example, the singer was wearing a Behemoth t-shirt. Totally different genre, but you know, they're digging it, and that's what I like about Queensryche, because even if their sound is very classic, you always, if you listen carefully, hear like little bits of anything else in there. If you really dig into their sounds, you always feel that they're like a little bit experimenting with different genres, some modern sounds, you know. So and then still they stay true to what they've always been bringing. So I kind of enjoy that. So for me, it was fun to watch them. I don't know if you've seen them, but I quite enjoy it. Nope. Elvira says no.
No, I didn't see them, but I've seen them before, and like you say, it's one of those bands. Yeah, I don't know what I want to say. Probably just what you said. It's one of those bands that they sort of are fun to watch in the genre. They seem to have a good time themselves, and they seem to be not, what I like about them, they're not stuck on the thing they did 20, 30 years ago. Like you say, they seem to sort of be open to everything around them, and try to take little things and fuse that in their own style. Yeah.
All right, then it's Insanity Alert. They were the band that were giving some worship to Warfield.
Yeah.
They had a little text bar on their stage, and it said, "Warfield ruled." And I had to laugh about it. I was like actually taking a video of that and sending it to the band. Like, look what I see. It was like so much fun. Yeah, of course, Insanity Alert. I think both of us have been seeing the band before. Even on this festival, but yeah, it felt like the entire festival came out to the Small Reaper stage to see these guys, because they have so much going on. Yeah, ridiculous things.
Well, the thing is, with this band, I didn't watch them because I was editing the other photos, the other bands. And we saw them so many times before, and I will see them in Dynamo as well. They play there again as well. We saw them last year. They kind of have the same sort of show all the time. They're a lot of energy. They're a lot of fun. It always reminds me a little bit of the Heideroosjes, but then modern mixed with
Yeah,
more.
in a way, I guess they're having that in them.
So, but I do think it's kind of, and maybe it's a little bit of the Dutch people. You know, if you put a beer in Dutch people and you put carnival music on,
Yep.
there's a large group of people that enjoy that.
Yep.
I think that's pretty much the audience that love Insanity Alert.
Oh dear, Snodderbollicus, move over. Insanity Alert is coming for you.
Exactly.
So, yeah, definitely.
I think actually they should. I don't know. I wouldn't even be surprised if they were gonna make it some sort of ridiculous pop song out of fun, and then it would storm the radio stations in the Netherlands, and they become a massive hit. I mean, with Insanity Alert, you know, anything is possible, I think.
Yeah.
But I think it's so much fun to see this band having so much fun playing these festivals as well. You know, they're making reels days before the show. Yeah, we're coming and we're making and we're... I don't know, it's fun. They're fun.
Did a whole lot of videos on this. I think is it the singer that's sort of walking to shows
The
or
singer,
something?
yeah.
Like, I don't really know the backstory of that all. But yeah, I see them videos coming by every once in a while, and I had to smile about that. It's like, yeah, they're quite something, isn't it? Well, headliner of the day, Mastodon. Yeah, we've seen them also quite so many times. I always enjoy seeing
It's not your
them.
thing.
They're not the most spectacular to photograph. Although I do like that they have an interesting light show going on, usually. Bit challenging sometimes, but today it was quite fine, I guess.
Yeah, I think it was quite fine too, and I loved the light show. I had a lot of complaints from people.
Yeah.
But I think this is one of those bands. You know, the light show had a lot of smoke.
Yeah.
It was really a visual show, and maybe not everybody seemed to like that, but I did. And the same with Mastodon. I think is one of those bands what we said before. You either like them or you don't. I think.
I don't know.
I kind of liked them.
Yeah.
I had a very good time. It was fun to watch. I liked for the fact that the drummer is singing. It's not always the vocals are not always the most perfectly vocals, but I don't know. I just enjoy this band, but I do have to say it's one of those bands I enjoy live.
Yeah. Well, I like them as a headliner, you know. That's
Yeah.
quite interesting. Because sometimes if you think about a headliner, you expect a lot of extraordinary show. Like I remember Powerwolf last year with their Insanity show that they have, and these people show that also with a lot more minimalistic things you can do a really great show and really get the audience with
Yeah.
you as a headliner, and I like that.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's for them. All right, same question as for day one. What's your favorite band of the day?
Yes. Well, that was easy.
Is it?
You can guess.
I
Yeah,
guess you go
it's
for
Insomnium.
Insomnium.
I
yeah.
mean, yeah, I think that was just my favorite band. I don't know. I do kind of love them. Sorry, but I have to say on second, and there's actually, and that's kind of fun for them. You know, Warfield is battling with Mastodon. For me. And then there's Doodseskader, I think.
Well,
That's kind of the
the top three. Yeah, I have the same bands in the top 3, literally. But maybe different order, but still all 3 in the top. Yeah,
I have 4 bands, but
3 have Those Gather, Insomnium, Warfields.
yeah.
Well, that for this
Well,
day.
yeah, I have to knip it out.
Alright. Let's move on to the very last day of Into the Grave. The 14th, the Sunday. And this day I didn't have any obstacle of getting towards the venue, the festival area. And I've seen every single band here today.
Finally.
We're starting.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you were totally happy about that you had to see every band.
I enjoyed being there early for Graceless.
Yes.
I mean, sure, I've seen Graceless plenty of times. Like, literally. Like, in many festivals by now. They're Dutch. And, yeah. Here they go on the main stage, and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, wow, they stepped up their game a little bit. They had the microphone stands, I think, new, because I didn't see them before like that. So they were on the main stage, and yeah, they seemed to be like, let's see if this works also on the main stage. And I was like, okay, yeah, that could be a bit of a risk, because seeing this band on a bigger stage, it's different than when they are much closer to their audience, you know? It worked very, very well. I really was impressed with them. They seem to get the audience along with them, and that's like for a very early band on the Sunday. Kudos. So I was very impressed with Graceless. I don't know if you caught them, but I really enjoyed them.
Yes, I got them too. I enjoyed them as well. I'm not sure if I saw them ever. But they seemed a well-trained, oily machine on the stage. So I cannot say how they were on a smaller stage, but and there was quite some audience as well. So I think it's really nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, then we had to see some local bands from the area at Moran. And I remember them speaking about that they were also at the very earlier editions. I think 2013 was the first that they attended as guests. I think that means that they missed 1 or 2 or so editions. Yeah, so they were very eager to actually play at the festival that they're visiting all the time. So that made them very enthusiastic. I had been listening to their album in the days before because I got it in the mail from the promoter. Interesting enough, yeah. Is a band that could grow a little bit still. Needs some experience, I guess. But yeah, they got a nice start here today in Into the Grave. So, very good. And then we went to see Rivers of Nihil, and I remember very well that both of us were enjoying them very well from the photo pit. They were very nice to watch. And I remember I was at some point walking a bit to the front of the photo pit, and I was looking at the side, and then I saw something and I had to smile when I woke back, and you looked at me and you were like, what the fuck are you seeing? You gave me that look like, what is going on? And I was like laughing because I saw it. And then, yeah, there came Mr. Saxophone on the stage. And I was like, yeah, I saw him on the side. And I was like, yeah, that's going to be an interesting add to their sound here today. And that proved to be right because it seemed to add something unique in that sound here. Also, there was some sort of joy from the whole band that I was experiencing, that they were there with such
Yeah.
ease. They were like, okay, that's very relaxed. We're having fun doing this, and still give so much power. Like it's different from other kind of musics that played here today. I guess a certain relaxed way of them being on the stage. I don't know. I enjoyed it a lot. They're very good in dragging people along in their somewhat long songs. And yeah, definitely one of my highlights of the days, I would say. And I know that you were enjoying it too. So let me hear your
Yes.
story.
Yes. This is... Before the festival, I already liked this band. The first time I saw them was at Dynamo last year, I think. They played there at a smaller stage, which I enjoyed so much. The saxophonist was also there, so maybe that's why in the last album he's also there. So that why maybe I didn't catch you that you were looking at a saxophonist like, oh, he's there. I was like, yeah, of course. So maybe that was why I was looking like, what do you mean?
Well, he didn't come on
but
right away, so at that point I was like, okay,
No.
maybe not or something. So that's maybe my surprise more.
Yeah. I also don't know because I believe the last album is Rivers of Nihil, but they have a few albums before, and I'm not sure if he was already part of the band back then. So who knows? Maybe he's not on every track. Definitely not. So I really like this band. There's a lot of... I think someone said earlier that day I spoke... She said, like, there's more like the complicated metal, and there's Rivers of Nihil and Mastodon.
Yeah.
And Opeth and all these kind of bands, and you kind of have to like it. It's not for everyone, but I really like it, and I think the saxophone is a very nice touch to their sound, and it fits really well. It I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I did see them last year in Alcatraz. Oh, I have to take that name out. The Belgian Festival in Kortrijk, because otherwise YouTube throws us out. That's unfortunate, but well, so now you know. I saw them there, and I guess I like this performance at Into the Grave just a little bit more for some reason. I can't really put my finger onto it, so yeah. That's
yeah, they seem to enjoy themselves so much. That's nice.
all right. The next band, Dormant Ordeal. Well, I had to look back at my pictures to remember them. So they...
Oh, I remember them. Yes, I was thinking, fuck, I photographed this band. What was this band? But I liked this band.
Yeah, they didn't impress me enough.
I thought it was a Sabine band, actually. I would have thought you would like this.
I don't know. Apparently they didn't make enough expression to me that I remember them or something.
I think the quality might have not been the best, but I kind of like the
Yeah.
I kind of did like it.
All right.
But I think there was a level of... I don't know how to say this, but... Let's say there are better bands in the genre, but I still just like this. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to Karahangren. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was definitely one of the bands I looked forward seeing a lot in this festival.
Me too.
And it seems like most people seem to be quite gathering for them. Because
Yes, I didn't know they had such a big Dutch fan base. Because
they are.
they've also they've also been around for such a long time in the Netherlands. I think they quit even a couple of years, or just not. I don't know. There was a silence, I think, around them. So they're now.
Yeah, the thing is,
Or they just didn't play shows, but they're here now, and there were so many people, and
yeah,
I liked it. It was not as sunny as Insomnium, but it was still sort of sunny. And I've seen them before in, I don't know, perhaps I've seen them in Baruch, I think, in the darkest of places, So that was a big contrast, but
yeah. I don't know.
I very much liked it.
Enjoyed their show a lot. Obviously, the last EP, I listened to that a lot in the car, as you've heard me say their name quite a bit in the playlists, the couple episodes already. So, yeah, then you know those songs very well, and then you kind of have that recorded version in your head, and then you hear the live version, and it's... Yeah, sometimes you're a bit like, okay. It's okay, but... I miss something that I hear in the recorded version.
Yeah.
If I must say that. Because I think even though I did enjoy their show a lot, I still find that as a point of criticism to say that for me that was just a tiny point of detail in the songs that just didn't make it as sharp and strong as convincing as when you listen to the EP, for example.
Yeah.
But furthermore, I really had fun watching them. So definitely a good band. And then Severe Torture. Yeah, wow. I've seen them also very often in a variety of festivals. Stonehenge every year or so. Every other year, maybe. Always fun. I think here today in the small stage, they kind of overwhelmed me a little bit. Like it felt like they sort of reached over the audience, went all the way to the back, and sort of grabbed everyone and dragged them in a little bit. I don't know. That's how I would describe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. That's just how I felt that they were going on this show. I mean, I've seen them several times.
Yeah, that's more the...
But this today, that really worked here today in Into the Grave for me. Yeah.
I think it's the metal way of describing it. They were like a warm blanket and they took the audience in.
Yeah.
But then in a metal kind of way. They took the hand and...
At some point we need to make this podcast something that people can see us doing the movements and watch us on video, because yeah, for us this is very entertaining, but you guys only hear the story and you're like, what's going on? Let's just say that Severe Torture amazed us, at least me, very much with their aggressive sounds, the power they had in here. They also had a lot of fun on the stage, I think. They were really happy to play in this festival for some reason. And yeah, good show. Also one of my tops today. I think today was really a good day for me in Into the Grave. So, did you see Severe Torture?
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. So that's why I have to.
Yeah.
You
got my metaphor of.
Yeah, I got your.
Yeah.
I agree with you, but I was thinking, I'm not sure if I saw Severe Torture the last couple of years, so it's way more back. So I was kind of thinking about that and about this show, and I was trying to see if I could make a comparison, but that's kind of hard in my head today. I still suffer from the heat, I guess. But
Oh well.
yeah, I like their show. Maybe it's because they're Dutch and they have a lot of people and friends and people who know them in the audience. Which not always say that no matter how the band plays, it's going to be fun. You still have to perform and you still have to deliver it. I did that, I think, even better.
Yeah.
They're quite. How do you say that? Do you say they were tight? They were playing very tight. Yeah, I'm sort of scanning through the the visions in my head, the images, sort of replaying it.
Oh well.
They were just nice and fun, and they played they played really tight. I think, and maybe they were amazed by themselves about how they were playing there, which made them having fun and
Yeah.
putting the hands over the audience and grabbing them. Sorry, people.
Well, Destruction then.
Didn't see them. Sorry, so you have to do this.
Yeah, I mean, this is a band that you see very often with thrash metal merch people. I don't know. I've seen this band a lot on battle jackets and such. But if I think back, how often did I actually see this band perform? It's not too often. So it was nice to have them along here. Did I like the set? Sure. It's okay. I enjoyed it. Was it my favorite thrash band of this year's edition, Into the Grave? Meh. Not per se. But I enjoy seeing them and how many of the audience seem to have a good time with them. Because they definitely have their audience there. And yeah, personally, I think I like them better than, for example, Anthrax. But I think Warfield was even more enjoyable for me than seeing Destruction. For some, even though they're not all super comparable, maybe, but good. Not per se, but I would personally listen to, but still fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the next band, well, yeah, there was a distinct smell of grass going around there when I was standing in front of their audience there in the photo pit. I'm like, Gnome, stoner metal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Expect exactly what the name says. I think I managed one song and then I rushed out and was like, this is so not my kind of thing. I'm out of here. Yeah. No. This yeah. Not my thing. No. I don't know if you had the opportunity to see them, but for me it was like, no, bye.
I think I also managed one song. And And this is the same thing with Conan.
Yeah, kinda.
But the gnome thing, I don't know. It's the music is. I think if you listen to the music, that was actually good. But I have a hard time with the gnome verse, the red hats. I don't know. Maybe you really need to have smoked a lot of weed to get that.
Probably.
To get in the state of the gnome verse. I don't know. It's not my thing. Sorry.
No. But one thing to say.
Maybe I'm too boring for that, but yeah. Which is kind of sad because I think the music on its own is, if they would leave the hats and not play the gimmick, maybe it would have actually been a great band, but
yeah, on the other hand, I did see these red hats going on and round and about of Into the Grave.
Yep.
All festival, not just today, the Sunday, all the festival. So, yeah.
Yeah.
People were dedicated enough for them, I guess.
It's a whole gnome verse.
Yeah. Well, then give me Pillface Swiss. Like,
Yes.
that was something.
I like that band.
That was the band I want to give the award for having the best audience participation and best audience connection of the entire festival.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
what is going on? It felt like they were like literally personally address every single person in the audience, and no matter what kind of person you are watching this guy. Like, what is he saying? What is he getting going on? He gets crowd spits going on. He gets people on each other's shoulders. Everything he says will be done, you know? And with this deathcore sound, it worked very well.
Yeah.
I think, whoa, to have that kind of energy to perform so crazy jumping around and extreme vocals, I would say, and then still have the energy to hype up the audience in this kind of level, that deserves a medal, man. That was something. I really enjoyed seeing that. That's how I enjoy my performances of bands that I usually don't listen to. Really great. Yeah, I loved it. And yeah, it seems like...
Yeah, me too. I think I saw them also, the first time I saw them was... maybe, was it Into the Grave, small stage? Or was it Dynamo? Anyway,
Yeah.
I saw them first on the smaller stage. It was later in the day. They had a really amazing light show.
True.
That worked really well with their hardcore style. I think in the beginning they were a little bit more into the heavy fused deathcore.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit more. The metal was a little bit more there, I think.
Oh, sure, but...
Maybe it was a little bit more raw and aggressive in the beginning. But I think they seem to have been picked up by a certain audience, and they switched a little bit, but not too much. It's so nice that they still bring that into their songs these days, into their shows. Compared to other bands in the genre, I do think these are more raw and aggressive.
Yeah.
And I love... This is one of those bands that I absolutely love to see live.
Yeah.
But I find them a little bit less on CD or on whatever thing or album, record, vinyl, whatever you listen to. It's just a little bit different. It's one of those... They're really good live, like you say.
Yeah.
It's amazing what they... It's a live band. If you see what they do...
This guy has main character energy. And You cannot deny
Yeah.
that. That's just there, you know. It's a live
And then
personality.
and then the thing is, I walked down. I don't know if I watched them from the side of the stage for a song, and then I think I walked back behind the stage, and there was this, like we say, they have like deathcore and hardcore, raw and aggressive, and then in the middle there's this one more like almost ballad kind of sweet vocalist song. Where then the audience is just silent, sort of, and then he sings that like it's the normalest thing in the world, and then it goes fucking back to the raw aggressiveness. I just love that. They seem to be able to do that in their songs. It was way more like a, I don't know how to say it in a correct form, but it was more like a ballady pop kind of song with a lot of emotion in it, and then it gets back to this aggression, and it's how they do that, just like they switching that 180 degrees, but it still works for them.
Yeah, true.
And then in the next second they get the whole audience back into the massive, most people crowd surfing, like a sea of crowd surfers. That's why I think this is a live band, and if you see them somewhere, you have to absolutely go check them out. Even if it's not your genre, I think you'll like it.
Yeah, you won't regret going to this live set if you have the opportunity. So follow up on that. Then we come to the last two bands on this festival. I think I can safely say that neither of those bands are the typical kind of bands that we are big fans of. Blackbriar being on the smaller stage, the Reaper stage. Symphonic metal, female fronted, fairy tale-ish. Must say that I don't hate her voice that much. I mean, it's doable, it's bearable for me, and that's quite something if I say it, because in this genre I'm usually out so fast. I kind of enjoyed that if the way she embraced the fairy tale in it. That's nice. I must say, after a couple songs, for me it was like, okay, I've seen it, I'm out.
Done.
But so for the genre, they were definitely a band that stands out. I think this was also a band that has a lot of international potential. This band has the opportunity to grow into something that Epica is right now, I would say, in size, because this is typical the kind of music that does amazing on, for example, South America, and can grow substantially there. I can see that happening. May need some time, may need some money, but I think it wasn't a bad show for me per se. It's not something I like, but it's definitely not something I hate. And they did a good show today. I can say that. Anything?
I've seen them a couple of times now, and they're definitely like you. They're definitely not my kind of thing I like. I don't like these female symphonic, operatic type of female singers. But she is kind of good at what she does. It's not too annoying, her voice. Sorry to say it like this, but it's for me. Do I think they have potential? Yes. To make it further, yes. Definitely South America, that kind of Mexico, you know.
Yeah.
Do I think they're gonna be able to reach something like Epica? I don't think
Yeah, I see that happening. It's like they need to develop.
No.
It's not gonna be in a few years. It's gonna take them a while to get there, I think. But if they like keep it together as they are and grow, then yeah, I can see that happening.
I see that a little less, but I do see it happening, but not to the full extent of the same as epicness. Sorry.
I was mainly referring to their status, though, not like they're making similar sounds or something.
No. Me too. So, The Gathering.
The Gathering, yeah.
We gathered. Sorry. It was the epicness, and we were gathering for the gathering. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just... My brain. Sorry, people.
Yeah, it's late. We're almost 2 hours in, so forgive us. We're happy that you're still listening by now, so... Yeah, The Gathering. Like I explained on a previous episode, I saw Anneke on her last show with The Gathering in, what was it, 2007 on Ankarrock. I was totally not going there for The Gathering because I never heard of that band before at that point. I was at that festival for other reasons. But I was like, oh, it's Dutch, let me check. And went to check and took the pictures, and then through the years found more out about the status, see Anneke grow as a solo artist, and yeah, now she's back with The Gathering for the Mandy Lion album shows. Yeah, she came onto the stage with the big ass camera crew walking behind her, so I guess at some point we'll see something in the YouTube appear or so. They apparently seem to be filming it for some reason.
Yeah, or DVD or something.
I don't know. What did I think of it? Yeah. It was okay. I don't think it was headliner worthy for me. I don't know. It's a lot of nostalgia for a lot of people, I think, because obviously the field has been full enough. Not as full as other days, I must admit. That's...
No, a lot of people left as well.
Yeah. And... yeah, that's sad, of course. We like to see everyone to have a great end with the last bands, always. But I think at the same time, you can see for The Gathering that what they did is their music is not just spectacular from the aggression that's in there. It's because everything is there on the right time at the right moment. It's a very well thought kind of songs that they have. You know, they're long songs. They're having the ability to make these long songs without getting me bored with these proggy songs. And yeah, I mean sometimes if I watch this kind of music, I'm like, okay, get it over with. I mean, I even have that with Opath, for example. Like at some point I'm like, gosh, are you done now with this track? But no, they that didn't happen for me. I could totally follow it through. Yeah. It's definitely not my headliner today, but definitely was a good show. That's what I want to say about it. This is not something that will ever be my favorite kind of music, but it was not bad.
Yeah, for me, and I think I said it before, I think the music from The Gathering, the music itself is great. It's proggy. It's maybe also at some points a little bit grungy. I should like it, but there's something in her vocals that I don't like with The Gathering. It's like I don't know. Although I must say she is an excellent singer. I love her work when she creates things with other bands.
Yeah.
So it's not that. It's just something in the gathering as a whole that doesn't... I don't know. I'm not feeling the gathering. Maybe that's the thing. It doesn't spark joy. It's nice. It's nice, but it doesn't spark joy. Let me put it like that.
So then you could put it in the trash. If it doesn't get spark joy, you can put it in the trash, Elvira.
Yes.
Bye, the gathering. Okay, I mean, so...
I wouldn't say it's not that bad. I mean, they seem to have a lot of fun. The front row was singing along to all the songs because I watched a little bit of the show. They do have some sort of status, and maybe that's why they are headlining to me as well. I didn't feel they were the worthy headliner of the Sunday, but you know, maybe that's just us. So yeah, the best of today for you. Your top.
Ooh, today the best ones. That's hard to choose, you know. I think Severe Torture, Karangren, Rivers. Yeah, and then those three. I mean, Graceless is running up.
Well, for me, it was definitely Rivers of Nihil and Paleface Swiss. Yeah, they stood out to me.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and of course I should not forget about Pale Swiss. Paleface Swiss. No, I mean...
Don't forget them.
Yeah, I cannot forget them. I just easily skip over them. No. Well, then
So,
we are at the end of our Into the Grave experience from this year. And oh gosh, this is a long episode. I admire everyone that made it to the end. And I see sometimes in the YouTube people say like, post this kind of emojicon in the comments if you made it till this point. So what should we say? Do we want like a heart in the comments? I think I want to see a heart in the comments if you make it all the way to the end.
okay.
Let's do that. Make us happy and post a heart below.
Who's gonna listen for 2 hours to us babbling along about these bands? Make it but a part 1 and a part 2 doesn't work either, so I don't know. I will personally right now, not on my own, but I will personally thank you, everybody who made it this far. Thank you so much for listening to our long review of every band we've seen.
Yeah. But we bring it with love
And
to our listeners.
I heard about a few bands for next year. Let's say, just keep an eye on it. I think it's going to be an interesting one. And I'm looking forward to the next one in the Netherlands.
All right. Then I think for us it's...
So if you've been there, people, if you've been at Into the Grave, please drop what band was your absolute favorite of the festival. We'd love to hear. And then we are getting to the end.
Yeah, I was going all for it to say it. And yeah, it's now time to say goodbye. Bye!
Bye!